I've been a Stephen King fanatic my whole life and a Shining fanatic for my whole life. And so I read the book the weekend it was published. Immediately I said, oh my God, if they ever make a movie of Doctor Sleep, wouldn't that be the coolest project to be a part of? The idea of being able to continue the story of Danny Torrance and kind of live inside of that universe a little more was always something that was irresistible to me.
If someone had asked us if we wanted to do The Shining 2, I think the answer would have been no. So it was really Stephen King's blueprint in the book that grounded that and made it about little Danny Torrance all grown up, which is a lot of the stuff that Mike writes and directs and we do is to do with childhood trauma as it's manifested in adulthood. And there's no better cinematic example of that than Danny Torrance.
When I was a kid, there was a place. A dark place. They closed it down and let it rot. But the things that lived there...
Hello, Danny.
They come back.
We met with a number of actors to try to find our Dan, and we had a lot of conversations about The Shining, because it's a movie that's influenced so many people so profoundly. And what was amazing about Ewan was that he came into the room, and for the first 30 seconds, he talked about The Shining and how, yes, this is a follow-up to The Shining. But then immediately pivoted off of that entirely. And he said, but what I want to talk about is recovery. I want to talk about Dan's journey to sobriety, because that's what is really grabbing me about this story. And because he wanted to talk about Dan, and he didn't want to talk about The Overlook, he didn't want to talk about The Shining, I think that told us both he was the guy.
You sure you want to do this?
I'm ready.
We Skyped with Rebecca. She was in another country at the time. And I think we knew 15 seconds into the Skype.
Yeah, it took no time at all.
None. It was the easiest decision that we had to make.
She's relatable, and you kind of like her as she does these things that are just objectively despicable. And that's a hard balance for an actor to strike.
Come and play with us forever and ever.